Hi everyone, this is going to be a short video tutorial to all Connect coordinators within each congregation, just to show you quite an important little thing that I believe is going to make your life a little easier. Had a lot of emails and questions about how do we add people to a specific community. I want to just say this just before I go into how we do that. A lot of these specific changes that I'm going to speak about now can only be done on Connect. All right. When you go into your congregation, so for example, here I'm in Sunningdale AM, and I'm going to just use a very, very practical example. Let's say, for example, you've had 3 people visit your specific congregation a couple of weeks ago, and as leaders and elders have followed them up, one of your community leaders call you back or message you and say to you, hey man, we've had 2 of the 3 have actually been visiting our community. They're not members yet, obviously, but they have committed to really be part of our home group. I'm going to show you how to add those people onto the Connect database, all right? Just before I do that, I want to just explain the quick little process. Every single person who visits your church and shows some kind of interest in your community groups need to be added physically onto Connect, even if they're not members of Josh Gen yet. All right, I'm going to explain the process to you. When you've added them as visitors or non-members, that's great. They will appear on your separate community groups. And only when they have become full members of Josh Gen will you then change their status from non-member to member. So let's say, for example, you've got those 2 people who have now expressed an interest to join one of your home groups. What you're firstly going to do is you need to create them. You need to put them onto Connect. All right. So over here, let's say you're first just going to get onto this page where you can type in and search for people's names by just typing in their details here, but you're going to go straight over to here where it says add person or family right over there, and you're going to click on that. All right, then you're going to put their names in here. So let's say it's Joe Soap and his wife. I don't know what we're going to call his wife, but so it's Joe Soap. All right. You can click on that there, check for duplicates, which you're welcome to do. Just to save time, I'm not going to do that right now. And then you're going to click on add a new family, ignore duplicates. All right. This screen will then show. And over here, you want to put as much of this information as possible. Their street address, the suburb they stay, the postal code, put South Africa in there. And you'll see over here where it says primary contact. Now that's him. That's Joe. If it's a married couple, it's usually the husband. If it could be a single lady, you put the single lady's name in there as the primary contact. If that person is married, then down here where it says spouse, that's where you'll put the spouse's details and then the various children's names and details. Don't forget their cell phone numbers. That's quite important because it actually appears on their profile. Forget about this column here which says mobile carrier. Just ignore that. Put their email in. Obviously Joe is a male, and you'd put their birth date. And here, this is very important. This member type column, this is very, very important. You need to mark any person who's not a member. And obviously now, remember, you want to add this person to a specific community leaders group, but you're going to, their member type is going to be non-member there. All right. Then you're going to make sure that's all filled in correctly. What I normally do is I just double check the email and the cell phone number, just those 2 things. And then you're going to click on save. You're going to do that now. And then what we're going to do next is you're going to allocate them to a specific community. All right, so here's Joe Soap. You can see there it says Sunningdale AM. Just double check that. And then you just want to make sure that this is all there. It shows non-member. You want to make sure that stays as non-member until they become a member. On your right hand side under actions, you're going to click on add to groups. All right, now let's say, for example, Tony and Lindsay have phoned me and said, hey John, we followed up on Joe Soap, and he's super keen together with his wife to come and be part of our community. So what I would do there is I can either search for his name there as I'm doing now, or I can kind of just look and see, okay, wait, here he's listed here already. And I would click on that little check block there, and that means I'm going to add him to this group. And then you click on add to groups. I'm not going to do that now, otherwise Tony's going to see a Joe Soap there. But you're going to click on add to groups there, and then you will see Tony will then see that Joe Soap is added to his list, so that when he gives feedback, or when he gets on his lead app or on Connect, when he looks at the list of his names of the people in his group, Joe Soap will be listed there. I hope that makes sense. If there's any other questions about how to add new people onto Connect, let me know, and I'm sure I'll be able to help you. All the best. Cheers, guys.